Here's our tail of the tape for our co-main event of the evening. 168-pound super middleweight division. Bektemir Melikuziev, who trained as a karate fighter growing up because there was no boxing coaches in his town, so his strikes look a little unorthodox. That's because they are unorthodox. Gabe Rosado, Philly fighter through and through. He's been in the wars, he's been in the battles. Can he erase this young up-and-comer? Round one. Bektemir in the neon and gray. Gabe Rosado in the light blue and white. Quick correction, play collar did not go the distance with Melikuziev. That was Vaughn Alexander. Scheduled for 12, 168-pound division.
Todd, you mentioned the karate background for Melikuziev, and that has a lot to do with how he became such a devastating body puncher. In karate, the punches are generally aimed a little bit lower, and that training drilled into Beck almost an instinct to aim for the body. When he started fighting in the amateurs, he started knocking guys out with body shots. That's when he said to himself, this is going to be my punch. In his last 5 knockout wins, nearly 50% of his total punches were body shots.
And that's probably the reason why he squares up Melikuziev. He fights a little bit square, but it works for him because he has athletic feet and he's very agile. And he can get those angles.
Rosado's been in there with some of the biggest names in boxing. He knows what to do and when to do it. So Melikuziev will have to figure him out.
Rosado says he loves fighting southpaws. I mean, he prefers fighting southpaws. I asked him when was the last time he fought a left-hander, but he couldn't remember. So I had to dig into the numbers, and I think it was Saku Powell, an excellent southpaw.
Which he fought well in that fight.
Yeah, he beat him.
Rosado said Melikuziev reminds him most of David Lemieux as far as his former opponents go. There's a left hand from Beck.
See, if you're going to fight a southpaw, I prefer not fighting southpaws, but if you are going to fight a southpaw, you want to fight aggressive southpaws that come forward and don't use their advantages. And if you are going to fight a left-hander, I prefer to fight someone like Melikuziev, who doesn't use those angles of a southpaw, really. He's an aggressive, offensive-minded fighter.
Is it important for Rosado to get Melikuziev's respect early in this fight?
I think it is, especially when it comes to punch output. I mean, Rosado-Jacobs was a difficult fight to score, but Rosado, even though he thought he won, he only landed about 6 punches per round per CompuBox. So it's tough to claim victory when you're not landing the clean shots.
Overhand right there from Rosado. He's a little off balance as Rosado.
No, it's the body shots, I think. I think Melikuziev landed 2 hard shots to the body that caught the attention of Rosado.
And then he takes a knee. First round, Rosado down.
It was the body shots, Todd. I'm telling you, that's what it was. Even if they were blocked, they still had an effect on Gabe Rosado.
7, 8.
And the veteran waits to the last second to get up. Melikuziev, oh, and the bell rings just in time. It was a body punch from the body puncher.
I don't know how hurt he was, but I think he saw the onslaught coming, did a smart thing, and took a knee.
A lot of fighters refuse to do that, Sergio, so maybe a good strategic decision for Rosado to take a knee, make it to the end of the round, and recuperate.
That's a veteran move, like you said. But it was the body. I also think it was the body work from Beck to pull. Just like that, he punches on both sides of the body, so there's nowhere to hide. So you can't just keep blocking those shots.
You know, Rosado said, "Listen, I'm not that guy that just goes in there and just throws caution to the wind and just goes in there and has a brawl." But at this stage, he might have to do that with this young Uzbekistani fighter who's already put him down in round 1.
That was a great body shot right there by Beck the Bully. I don't know, Todd, if he gets to a firefight with Melikuziev, he's not going to win that.
Well, he's not winning this.
Yeah, Rosado told us that he doesn't get credit for his boxing IQ. And he thinks that's what's going to be the deciding factor here against Melikuziev, the experience and the fight IQ.
Well, Rosado is the type of guy that will go out on his shield, that's for sure. You can't keep him down. At least he hasn't been kept down before.
No, that's my whole point. I mean, his biggest fights against Golovkin, Lemieux, Peter Quillen, you know, he got back up. Even with Alfredo Angulo, which is very early in his fight, he got up from that fight, from that knockdown as well.
But remember, against Shulecki, Rosado was dropped a couple times, looked down and out, and then he put the Polish fighter down. So let's see if Rosado can bounce back here as the fight moves forward.
Rosado's Achilles heel is the scar tissue. He keeps bleeding, so he not only has to concentrate on the punches coming at him, but the blood that's flowing from his face as well. So if his face holds up right here, he can come back into this fight and get respect.
Bektemir trying to will Rosado into throwing punches to expose that body again.
Good body shots by Rosado.
Yeah, Rosado with a left to the body. It walks it back.
And that's another thing that bullies don't like. You know, when Gabe Rosado fought Peter Quillen, the first half of the fight, Quillen, who was a much bigger fighter, was walking back Rosado. But the second half of the fight, Rosado walked back the bigger man. So maybe that's something that he should impose here. Walk back the bully.
Well, I think if nothing else, you have to test the chin and the body of Melikuziev. He's a decorated amateur. It looked unbeatable through his first 7 professional fights, but he's never punched by anyone with any kind of pop. So.
Swing and a miss from Beck. So much for the feeling out process.
Sergio, those punches from Melikuziev.
Counter right from Rosado.
He's got his guard up, but those punches are getting through.
Round 3 scheduled for 12, but at this pace, not sure we're going to get there. So what's the strategy now, Sergio, for Rosado?
Rosado, he's a master of slowing down the pace like he did with Jacobs, and the reason he's like that is because he's so experienced, and he's been in there with some big, strong punches, so that doesn't intimidate him. He knows how to slow down the pace.
Left to the body, Melikuziev stepping in and just firing with all his might, and he caught Rosado again.
See, and that's the problem when you're blocking shots by a massive puncher. Whenever you're dealing with a fighter with heavy hands, you want to make him miss completely. You don't want to give him any target to hit, even if it's blocked.
Now, there are a lot of fighters that go to the body as part of an overall strategy. Melikuziev goes to the body as his strategy.
And you can see how those body shots move Rosado, even when he's blocking those body shots.
Melikuziev's hands are like rosin.
What?
Were you trying to use that word earlier?
Ooh, big shot!
Oh, Gabe Rosado just put him flat on his face. It's a knockout of the year contender from Gabe King Rosado.
Rosado knocks him out with an overhand right.
Incredible!
Beck the bully gets bullied by Gabe Rosado, the veteran.
He waited for that one special moment and dropped a bomb.
When is this man not in exciting fights? Unbelievable by King Gabe Rosado. Boom, right there, right on the right side of the jaw, left side. And it reminded me of Manny Pacquiao and Marquez. Marquez setting him up with that right hand. Melikuziev coming face first. Anytime a fighter falls face first, you know he's out.
Rosado told us, no one bullies me. I will bully back. And he erased him in El Paso.